past few days I'm suffering incessant cough and occasional colds. This may be a symptom of COVID, but COVID is not yet confirmed. Then yesterday I received an email from the regional office, from the central office through the regional office, that my appointment for schools division superintendent has already been approved. So indeed, even suffering from this incessant cough, I still decided to have this bike ride. This is a celebratory ride for me. Not only celebration, but also this is one way of curing myself from this cough, because I believe every time I ride I feel well. And also I'm here at the cemetery where my father is buried. In his tombstone it read Ephesians 2:8-9. No one is saved by trying to be good. We are saved by trusting in Christ, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. So that has been, since the time that my father died in 2015, that has been my life principle, career principle actually, in serving my constituents. I was assigned as Assistant Schools Division Superintendent in 2017 in Isabela City, and in the same year, month of October, I was assigned in the Dapitan City as OIC Schools Division Superintendent. I was then Education Program Supervisor at that time. And in line with this passage, I adopted the principle of exceeding public expectation. A candle loses nothing if it lights another. That was the mantra we have adopted in the Dapitan City. Then after that one, I was transferred again back to Isabela City in 2019 as Schools Division Superintendent of that Schools Division. It was an island division, but still it's still part of Region 9. I replaced my retired superintendent then, Ma'am Hilda U. Babon, in which fortunately and also with stroke of luck, I was the one who replaced her item actually this time, because in my appointment now it stated there I am appointed to the position of Schools Division Superintendent Vice Hilda U. Babon. Now going back in 2019, in the same line with this passage, Ephesians 2:8-9, I also adopted a principle, a mantra of public service there in Isabela City. Extra smile public service. Extra smile meaning to say extra special, extraordinary, extra mile public service. And I'm quite confident that people really adopted that mantra. It's because significantly the services we gave in Isabela City during my short stint there has significantly improved. And then in the same year, in December 2019, I was transferred again as OIC Schools Division Superintendent in Zamboanga City, wherein we again adopted almost the same or the same pattern of public service. Naway ko sa imposible, kre hunto-hunto pwede. Nothing is impossible. Believe together we can. So with the Bible passages that I learned, which I adopted as my career principle, it made me successful, because it's always my advocacy. Number one, to glorify God in the work that I do, and then number two, to take good care of my constituents and also my family. It's because my constituents also become part of my family. That is why we have the term Department of Education or DepEd family. It has always been my advocacy ever since then that if given an opportunity to become schools division superintendents, which I did not intend actually, because it has been my lifelong dream to become a lawyer. But God really has a funny way of making people understand the purpose of their life. And I became superintendent, and with that assumption to the office of third level official of the Department of Education, which is relatively a high level position, I adopted the advocacy of protecting the rights and promoting the welfare of teachers and also our school heads, empowering our school heads in the field, because we know that they know better what they can do in the field. So in this time of pandemic, actually, every decision that I make, it's always for the protection and promotion of the rights and welfare of teachers and also empowering our school head. Kaya every time there will be policies that we issued relative to academic concerns and administrative concerns, we always see to it that school heads really decide for themselves. What we do in the division, what we did in the division only is to provide criteria for them to, or criteria or guidelines for them to be guided upon. We provided them with framework of decision making. So perhaps with the same principles and advocacy and life passages that I have followed, hopefully God will guide me, and with my father, who is my number one fan, hopefully he can guide me also in heaven. And I hope and pray that I will still continue with the same intensity of my advocacy as well as my principles in public service. I know nothing is impossible if only we believe together we can. Naway ko sa imposible, kre, punto-hunto,